Reagan? It's our new set!
Welcome home!
What's not to like? It's slamming. We got Paul, George, John, and Ringo. Bruce is Bruce. And,
some turtles.
so anyway, we're real happy. I mean, we spent a bucket of money on this, and it'll take us several weeks to recoup those expenses from all the money you guys sent into us, so we appreciate that.
Not really. It was more like you clicked on Amazon and bought them.
For $13.
And then you left it to me to hang them up.
Yes, and if one falls during the show,
and that doesn't go well.
which behind the scenes look
This is
has
our
already
second
happened.
time
This is the second
filming
take.
this video.
If one falls, we're going to finish the video anyway.
Was it not right?
Yes.
We should probably take our thumbnail first then.
That's life.
Okay, so hold on. We'll be back. We're going to take our thumbnail and then we can get back to this conversation. Okay. All right. So that's like what Shrek does, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Or no, he sticks his finger up his nose.
Oh.
When he, I don't know, he does something.
Digging a finger inside of his...
So, alright, tonight we're talking about rare records.
Yes, we covered that.
From my collection.
Correct.
Okay, so this is just a few rare records. We'll start off with a little TC.
Tracy Chapman.
Yes.
Not to be confused with Janis
Tom Cruise.
Jackson and Tony Chaplin. Who's the guy with the mustache?
Charlie Chaplin? So, anyway, this is her debut self-titled LP from 1988. I did buy this on cassette in 1988, and when I was a young buck tearing up the streets. And this album's amazing, and it is somewhat hard to find in a limited way. You know, I mean, not extravagant. This is not a $100 album. This is probably like a $30 album.
Okay.
I got this off of eBay from a guy that sold about 15 80s era records, and this was one of them. That's why I just bought them all and kept this one and then sold the other 14, and I'm very happy with it.
Is this her most popular record, would you say?
Absolutely.
Because of Fast Car?
Yes. Yes. And pretty much anybody that has any taste in music likes Tracy Chapman.
So it's not like it's super expensive. It's just a little bit hard to find.
Exactly. For the 80s, for 1988.
Yeah, it's not super 80s-ish sounding at all.
No, it's not 80s-ish sounding. It's very much of a folk record. She was very young. I don't know how. I think she was probably 20 years old when she made this record. And that song, Fast Car, was everywhere. I mean, I can remember being at an amusement park and they're playing Fast Car.
The roller rink?
Yes. And it's not the kind of song you'd expect to hear everywhere because it ain't, let's face it, it's not a toe tapper.
Yeah, toe tapper. I like that.
Yeah, but a great song nonetheless. And it's been covered a lot of cool ways, which you can find that on Spotify. Cool. Next up is an album by an artist that I really like named Amos Lee. This is Live at Red Rocks with the Colorado Symphony. He put this out on his own website, I think back, 2015. And this record, I believe, is pressed at 45 RPMs.
What does that mean?
Yeah, so most records, I don't know if you can see it, but it says 45 RPM. So most records that are LPs, that are 12 inches, you play them at 33 1/3 rotations per minute. You select that on your turntable. Most 45, the little guys, which are, I think, 7 inches.
Yeah, 7 or 8.
Yep, those you play at 45. And so if you buy a record that's this size and they cut it at a 45 RPM, that means two things. Number one, of course, you're going to get through a side faster. So they don't put as many songs on each side, but the quality is better. It's definitely better. And so I'm such a big fan of his that as soon as he put this up for sale on his website, I bought it. It was a reasonable price, probably $35, $40 at the time.
For 2 records?
For 2 records. And now this thing sells for like, I think $80 to $100.
Wow.
And I think it's because he only released a limited number of copies, and most of his diehard fans gobbled them up at the time, and now they're hard to find. And I don't see these, and I haven't seen this record. Yes, that is. It's number 777
copies. Wow.
out of 1,000. So, of course, that's what makes these things rare. I mean, it's the definition of rares. There's not many of them. It also sometimes will increase the price, which I don't really care about. It's cool to know that not many people have this. And I think it's a really cool looking package as well.
Next we have Cutie Patootie,
Yes.
Notorious B.I.G.
Yes, changing gears here from folk music to hip hop.
I could not name a single Notorious B.I.G. song.
Well, this is before your era.
Okay.
Yep, this record came out originally in 2004, I think. This particular pressing, which is what makes this one interesting, comes from a record club called Vinyl Me Please, which they really do a lot of work and pick an album in 3 different genres every month and just really do it up. Make an unbelievable vinyl pressing. This is one of them. The other one is more red and black and less white. But everything that Vinyl Me Please does is top notch. It is, kind of pricey. Like I think this was about $45. It also comes with another Mystery 45 record, a 7-inch.
Is it Notorious B.I.G.? Is it just someone else?
It was somebody else. Yeah. So this is a really cool set. This is pretty hard to find. And if anybody's interested in Vinyl Me Please, I don't have anything to do with them, but $45 a month, you get some really cool stuff. They've done albums by Gorillaz, which people went crazy over.
Who?
Gorillaz. I'll tell you about them. Fiona Apple and some other cool records.
Doesn't Fiona Apple, don't we know her?
We don't know her personally.
Rings a bell,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure what bell it's ringing.
All right,
Right.
next we have Jason
Isbell.
Jason Isbell. This is from Record Store Day 2017. And I'm a big fan of his, and so anything by him that comes out of Record Store Day, if I make it to the store, I'm going to get. Still got the sticker on here. This thing was
$17?
This thing was $17, and now it sells for over $100.
What a bargain.
Yeah, and I got lucky because I think I got the last one at the store when I got there an hour before, and they still had it. This has Atlantic City, who is this guy's song. It's got a Rolling Stones song on it, Can't You Hear Me Knocking. Only 6 songs, short album.
Is this songs that he covered?
They're all covers.
Okay.
Yep, exactly. Two Rolling Stones songs, actually, and then there is one song by Jason Isbell called Never Gonna Change. It's great. I don't play it that much, to be honest with
It
you.
looks pretty new. Still.
And he didn't, obviously spend a lot of money on the packaging. But it sounds fantastic, and this is something that people would really like to get their hands on, so I'm glad I have a copy of that.
Last but not least.
Last but not least, this is my favorite of my rare records. Bruce Springsteen, The Rising. So, this record came out in 2002. This is Bruce's 9/11 record. A lot of people are familiar with Bruce's popular stuff, ridiculously popular. Born in the USA, there's copy of that album in every house in America, whether people know it or not. This record came out being in 2002. Guess what people didn't buy in 2002?
This.
Records.
Oh.
Period. So therefore, they didn't make hardly any. Now, this has been reissued in the last couple years, which means that if you want this record now, you can go out and buy it for $25 from Amazon or whatever. But this is the original first pressing. That my wife, your mom, surprised me with it, and it's this is possibly my favorite record in my collection. It's a double LP set. Like I said, fantastic album by Bruce. This record sells brand new for about $250 to $300. In this condition, it would probably be $200.
Do you play it a lot, or are you almost too scared to play it because you don't want to mess it up?
And I really, really agonized over whether to even open it. And finally, she talked me into it. You did too. Like, why would you own something and not open it?
Pointless.
Exactly. So I did, and I have played it about 5 or 6 times. It sounds fantastic. But to be honest with you, when I want to hear the record, I'll usually play it on Spotify. because I don't want to mess this thing up. I know I'll never sell it, so who cares?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's this is probably my favorite of my rare records. And when he reissued it, I was just curious to see if the value of this one went down, because now it's easier to find the record and it hasn't changed.
All right, everyone. Thank you for coming to this edition of Kev the Vinyl Guy. And that doesn't go well.
Keep going, keep going,
No.
keep going, keep going. This has been amazing.
Yes, another video on the books.
Yep. So, thanks for watching. Be sure to
Send us money.
send us money, and we hope everyone's doing well, and we appreciate your support of our channel.
Thank you
Let
for
us-
all your comments.
Yeah, let us know what you want us to talk about, what you want to hear, what you want to see, what if I'm probably talking too much.
Anyways, we will see you all next week.
See ya!